Good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Friday, and it is build day, I'm going to say 329. I think it's build day 329 on a construction schedule here at Villa Feliz. Maybe 330. I don't know. We will find out later. So anyway, today we are running just a little bit late this morning, starting today's episode, because this morning Ness and I are in preparation. We have to run to the hospital. We have to do a follow-up, remember, for the kidney stones that I am currently carrying in both of my kidneys, and my medication is running out. So we're going to run down there. We have a follow-up with the doctor that did all the emergency room stuff when we were there almost 2 weeks ago, and hopefully we get more medication so that we can continue on with our treatment. So that being said, this morning our crew is here. It is raining. Obviously you can see the rain coming down. Do you realize oh, and I left my lights on up here. I have to cut the lights on. I forgot about those. This is the first rain. This is actually the first rain that we've had, I'm going to say, in 2 months. When I say rain, measurable rain, where actually it didn't just drizzle for a few minutes and then it's gone. It's been raining like this for about the past 45 minutes, I'd say. So, with it raining, remember the guys are working on the outside stuff. They're working on patio here, and they were working on the stairway in the back of the house going down to the basement. So since they can't do that right now because of the rain, they do not work outside in the rain, of course, and it has to do with the mixture of concrete. You can't get it all wet. So everybody was kind of standing around in the basement wondering what to do, and I'm like, well, we still have a lot of inside stuff that needs to get done. So I asked one of our builders here, one of the carpenters, to go ahead and do finishing that should have been finished a long time ago, which is on the inside. So I asked the carpenters to divert, instead of just standing around in the basement, to go ahead and start working on items inside the house that still need finishing. There is a lot of things that need finishing on the inside. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of them that I asked them to pay some attention to. One thing that can be done here in the CR inside the bathroom on the first floor is they still haven't finished the concrete around the door frame. It's a simple thing. It's a matter of making a wood frame, putting a piece of rebar in there for support, and throwing some concrete in there. And that is this side right here. You see up here. Unfortunately, we'll go outside where there's no echo. Unfortunately, when we defined the size of the opening for that door that goes inside there, it didn't get, somehow it got done incorrectly. If it was done correctly the first time, when they poured the form and all up there, it would have been perfect, and we would have just slid the door in. But it's not. We're off by about 5 centimeters, and we have to do a backfill. All these little things, when you are building a house, and if your architect slash architect who turns the information over to the contractor. If the contractor is looking and knows the size of the doors that are going to be fitting into each one of these places, they know there's a standard, usually a standard size of the door jamb that's going to go in there. Or if you contact the company like we did for our door framing for the CRs, they tell you the opening must be exactly this size in width and this size by height. So when you are making your concrete opening inside there, it should fit exactly. The one in, I don't think any of them were done right. The one in the basement, remember, we had a huge gap in the top, but we left that huge gap for a reason, because my contractor still has to vent out that exhaust fan that goes to nowhere right now, and it has to go outside of the CR, the bathroom in the basement. So that's the reason that one was probably left over. This was a miscalculation, and we don't have to worry about the one on the second floor because the second floor has no door. Remember, we took the door option out. The door is actually sitting down in the basement, a brand new door that's still wrapped up in the plastic, and we made the huge opening with the art ceiling inside there for the master bedroom suite area. So who knows what that would have been. That might have been miscalculated too, but I don't know. As well, I thought we were done with the basement for those footers. Let me show you what I asked. I caught something last night as I was walking through. I saw one tile was missing, and it's a tiny tile. It's only about this big. Let me show you what I asked them. And these are things that can be done inside the house while it's raining on the outside. There's so many things to be done instead of standing around saying, I can't do anything because it's raining outside. Let me show you that item. Awesome. Yeah. So this tile was missing here, but wow, that was fast. Good job. I got good. Anyway, we got that knocked out really quick. We were just missing that one little tiny tile inside there. It's still a rainy day today. Not a lot of stuff getting done on the outside, which is the main focus, although we do have some work being done with a little bit of cover because we need to knock out these tiles on the outside of the house. There's only one place that's covered, and that's the lanai off of the bedroom one on the first floor. And my builder did the first layer of the pebble work inside there, but he's working now on the covered portion of the front patio right now, doing the pebble work up there as well. So we have one of the subscribers asked for an update on the generator install, how I did the stuff inside the generator room. We'll do that. It's not quite ready for prime time. I still have to pour out the exhaust, but we'll walk back there and take a look and see what the generator looks like. So in the generator room, we have a generator. It's patched in. This goes over to the ATS over there on the wall. And the output power from right here, it goes to the wall, goes into our ATS for the transfer switch. Remember, 2 seconds at the moment that Bottleneck, our utility company, goes off air, 2 seconds later, generator starts up. 6 seconds later, it does a transfer over and puts electricity from the generator to the house. What you haven't seen is some of the mountings that I put inside here for stability. First of all, there are shock mounts inside here. I don't know if you can see it very good, but there are 4 shock mounts, 1, 2, and 2 on the other side. 1 L bracket on this side to keep it from moving this way. It shouldn't do much moving this way, but just in case. And then we have 1, 2, 3 L brackets over here, and again 2 of the shock mounts. And the shock mounts are made up basically of some spare parts and some stuff I found off of the hardware inside. I believe it was CW, or I think it was CW. No, it was Wilcon. I picked these up in Wilcon, and they are the very, very hard rubber mounts that you put for doors. If a door opens up and slam up against it. And it's the real hard, and what I did was I put a washer in between the 2 of them to allow for movement left and right, and one on the top, one on the bottom, and they're mounted in this leftover hardware from our kitchen install. So I have 4 mounts, I have 4 L brackets, and it is not going anywhere. This is very good. Next thing we need to do is we need to port this exhaust either out the wall over here or out the wall over there. Again, that's one of those things, I gotta go to a muffler shop or some type of fabricating shop, and we'll get that done when there's some extra time that I don't have to worry about doing these other things, like what I'm going to do right now is continue working on some of those glass mosaics. Well, it's the end of the day. It's 5 o'clock. The crew are gone. They've booked already for the day. I wish I could tell you we got a lot accomplished today, but we did not get a lot accomplished today. That's the way it is. You know, you can sense a little bit of my frustration with the amount and the quantity of work that gets done, but I try not to get too frustrated because there's really, other than relieving your contractor of duty, there's really not a lot that you can do. You try to motivate, you try to get them to do things. And that's the difference between having people who are hourly workers and people who are coming on site and they are working because of a job needs to be completed. It's a very complex situation. The complex situation comes to the point where you're thinking, well, the contractor has a contract with me with a fixed price. So, but he also has hourly workers here. His motivation is to get it done as quick as possible to make the biggest profit margin. But then the workers their attitude is to try to stretch it out as long as possible to generate as much income over a long period of time. There's a conflict there. And what ends up happening, a lot of times, you ask a lot of people who have built in the Philippines, and they get to a certain point, because the workers are dragging things out, the contractor starts losing money. And then work stops, whether it be done either by the contractor because the homeowner has given all the money and he needs more money to continue the running, and that's not in the contract, and there are avenues for mitigation for that. Or the homeowner just does a stop work order because nothing is getting accomplished, and they fire the contractor and they move on later to another contractor. Or they do work themselves, or they become the contractor. So it's kind of an interesting situation. So we are probably into the last 5% of what needs to be done to be completed here at Villa Feliz. And it's a situation where we are going to try to complete this out in a normal and orderly manner. So you can sense my frustration sometimes on a day-to-day basis, but it doesn't do any good to really, unless something is really bad and something catastrophic happens, the best thing to do is to be patient and try to get as much of the work done as possible, and that's what we're trying to do here. We are trying to build a house. So that being said, let's go ahead and do a wrap-up of what got done today. Remember, we had 5 workers today, 3 carpenters, 2 finishing people. So we'll start where we're standing right here. We are in the basement area. And in the basement area, the first thing this morning, you saw our painter doing this area, fixing this area. Remember, it had chips, it had damage. I believe there was a bunch of damage on this side. And there was damage in different spots. But it looks very nice. He did a real good job of that. Although he spent the whole morning, he took 4 hours this morning painting and sanding that one little area. And when we came back after we did our hospital visit today. Oh, by the way, the hospital visit. Let me tell you, for a hospital visit, this is what it cost me today. To go see the doctor, do the consultation for the after-action emergency room visit and the hospital stay. For the consultation, it was 500 pesos, approximately 10 US dollars. Try getting that in the US. But $10, and then the medications is what costs a lot over here. A nice thing, if you have insurance in the US or if you have insurance over here, you get a reduced amount. Or if you are a senior, you have a senior card, and you also get a discount for that over here as well. The medications cost me, I don't remember, it seemed like it was probably around maybe 3,000, 3,500 something, about 60, a little over 60 US dollars in medication, but $10 for the doctor's visit. So I'm happy about that. Let's get back inside talking about what was accomplished today. You saw inside here today, they were doing a cleanup. So when our painter finished doing some of that, we still have a lot more stuff that needs to be cleaned up for as far as touch-up and things like that, and most of it's on the outside. So I'm hoping he will continue doing that as well pretty soon. You see over in this area, they did some cleaning up in here. Not the best, but it's better than it's been in quite a long time. This floor still has a lot of what I consider needs to be done, a lot more cleaning, not just what you see right here. You remember at the very beginning when we started putting tiles in here, I asked my builder, please protect the floor, please put down plastic tarp or plywood or something, and he said, no, it's okay. Well, first he said he would do all that. He didn't do that. And then he said everything would be easily cleaned up. There would be no residue of paint or concrete or anything like that. So this is what we have right now. I'm not saying that this is finished. I'm going to give them the opportunity to clean this all up right here. Right now they're using paint thinner to get up residue, things like paint and stains that they did during the construction process. I'm hoping that's not all they're going to do. I'm hoping it's not going to look like that. It should look like brand new tile when the tile was put down, and we'll give them an opportunity to do that. What I am a little bit frustrated about today is we had 4 people down here out of our 5-man team cleaning. We had 2 of the people that should have been doing that, which are the finishing people. We had 2 of the 3 carpenters down here cleaning. When we have so much work that requires the skill set of the carpenters, because our carpenters are doing not just carpentry work, they're also doing tile work. And we have so much tile work that needs to be done right now. Both CRs, tile work on patios, and all this work for the mason work on the top of all this, for the fence line to complete that. There is so much work that needs to be done. In my opinion, they should not have been down on their hands and knees inside there doing general cleanup. They get paid at a higher level than some of the other general laborers around here. They should have been using their skill set and my carpenter's money, which is my money, a little wiser. Food for thought. So even though it rained a little bit here today, nothing got done here. We are still in the same state here that we were yesterday, and I believe the reason nothing got done out here is because we had on and off rain all day long. Although it was a light rain, it was enough to ward them off from doing this work back here. Back here, nothing else got done on this section right here. Let's go back to the front of the house. Well, okay, on the front of the house, I had expected this to have been all done yesterday. It didn't get any attention yesterday, and it didn't get any attention today. But again, that probably has something to do with the fact that we had some rain today. But although we had some rain, we got 2 tiles put in. This tile and this tile right here. These 2 right, because it was a board. Our carpenter put some shelter so he could actually do that. And one of our carpenters worked on some of the pebble work. You saw the pebble work that got done around here up to this point right here. And he did a wonderful job. But he asked, I came and I asked him, I said, what are you planning on doing for this area right here? And around the corner, it was still concrete too. It was concrete where the doorway is right here at the bottom of each corner. I'm trying to keep the camera away from it because I want to show you what I had him do. And I asked him, because he was going to put tile down there. He was going to put this tile, in this area back here. And I said, no, I personally don't think tile would look good. But what would look good would be a continuation of the stone. Now you tell me, do you think this looks better, the continuation of stone, or to shove a piece of this tile right here in that corner? I think the stonework was the good choice. And they also asked them to put the stonework underneath this little transition piece of granite right here, so it goes on both sides of the door jamb, and it's it goes down and up on this section right here. So hopefully he'll get to that tomorrow, as well as bringing it from here up and filling in this gap right here, making this nice and level. I think that will look very, very nice. So I think that was a good call for that. That's all that got done out here. And Hapon, what got done inside the house today? Oh, well, let's go and see. Oh, what do you think got done today? That's my Hapon Mickey Mouse voice. So anyway, what got done inside the house today was very little, but I will show you what got started at the CR down here. So you can see this big mess on our door here, all this. I asked them to please complete this part of the house. We thought the inside was almost done, but that was a big gap up there, remember? And I asked them to do the fill-in. And they did. They did the fill-in above the door jamb up here. And then we will run the tile up the side. Also our worker started putting some of the line down inside here. Yeah, you can't really see it too good, but you see the nail, and then there's this some of the fish line inside here, which means we are close to the preparation for starting to put tile work inside this room. I can't wait to get this done. So maybe tomorrow, I don't know. And for me, I think I'm following the same work schedule as my workers here, because it took me, this is all I got done today on the mosaic, the glass mosaic. So I have this portion done a little bit at a time. And the reason I took so much time on this is I'm putting a piece in, I'm letting the liquid nail dry, and then I'm working on the next section down. As a matter of fact, is this up high? Yeah, this is good. So this will dry, and tomorrow I will continue adding pieces. So the only thing to finish here is I have to do this side over here, do some fill-in pieces. I have to cut a couple of segments out here. I got a couple little tiny pieces there in that end, and a couple little tiny, and those are the little chunks. Those are very easy. I just have to cut them. And then after all that gets done, I have to get some glass polishing, glass honing, stone or sander, whatever. Our glass guy, the guy that does the tempered glass, who didn't show up today, I have a feeling they're cutting some more glass and back in their shop, and I'm hopefully he'll be here pretty soon. But he's going to give me something so I can hone all the glass so it has a nice soft edge on it. Well, anyway, that's what you get for 5 laborers and 1 homeowner doing 8 hours worth of work today. Not a lot. A lot more could have been done, but we did get something done, and that's what counts. We move forward a little bit on that. Good thing I was here for the pebble, for that portion right there. And this is what I'm talking about oversight and you making decisions and letting somebody else make the decisions for you. You remember, all through this build, every time we came to something, the way I wanted things done was totally different from the perception that the builders here thought they wanted it done. And we would have so many things that were not like you see it today here at Villa Feliz had we not been here, or had I not been here on site on a day-to-day basis. So that's why I always say oversight is one of the most important things. Make sure either you're here at your build site when it's being done, or you have somebody that you trust and has the same taste, or can contact you with pictures and things like that to make some of the decisions during the build. So anyway, we are going to close for today. Tomorrow is Saturday. I do not know. Are you going to join me? Before we close for today, we have 1 anniversary shout out and 1 birthday shout out. And the anniversary shout out was for yesterday. It's a belated but not a long belated one. And it was for March 8th. And it is for Douglas and Emily Hill. And they are celebrating their 15th wedding anniversary. So anyway, happy anniversary, guys. And we have 1 birthday shout out for today. And today's birthday shout out goes to the son-in-law of Alice Gallon. And the son-in-law is an architect. And his name is Jimmy Asen. And Jimmy is celebrating his 50th birthday today on March 9th. And Jimmy used to be an OFW over in Saudi Arabia, and he is back in the Philippines. Thank goodness to you, Jimmy. And according to Alice, you are now staying in the Philippines. So we want to wish you a wonderful and happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, and we want to thank all of those wonderful comments that came in for us going over the 10,000 on our subscriber base, and there were many. Congratulations for that. Again, we would not be there if it were not for you. So ready to close for today. Okay, we're going to close. So again, tomorrow is Saturday, and I don't know what we're going to be doing today. Honestly, I can't tell you. I have a feeling, but we'll just see what happens. So if you enjoyed today's video, give us a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen over there. You'll be subscribed, and you'll be notified the next time we upload a new video. So until tomorrow, you have a wonderful and blessed day.